Using the Marquee and Lasso tools. In this tutorial, we will learn how to use the Marquee and Lasso tools. It often happens that in Photoshop, we would like to bring variations to an isolated portion of an image. Selections and masking can help to do so. Two of the most common selection tools are the Marquee tool and the Lasso tools. We will now open a new document and navigate to the photo category and then open up the default Photoshop size. And if we want to go full screen mode, we can just tap the F key and do so. Then to access the Marquee tool, we will now press the M key. We must also know that upon clicking and holding the Marquee tool, two types of Marquee tools can be seen, which are the rectangular Marquee tool and the elliptical Marquee tool. For now, we shall take a look into the rectangular Marquee tool. In order to select a portion in the image, we need to click and drag the image area we desire. If we want to work with the square-shaped area from the picture, we can hold down the Shift key and drag. When the cursor is released, we can see that we have some marching ants. This is the selection that we have created for our editing purposes. Once the cursor is released, we can see our selection. If we now take our cursor and click on the selection and drag it, we can reposition it to our liking. By doing this, we are now moving any pixels. We are just moving the selection marquee. To deselect, we can click anywhere outside the marching ants. Now we will move further and start drawing a house. We can start with the base of the house by just clicking out with the Marquee tool. If we want to add a chimney to this shape, we can use the icon which are laid across on the top to add the shape. Remove something from the shape or intersect. We can also use keyboard shortcuts for these functions. Using the Shift key, we can add something, and using the Alt key, we can remove something from the shape. If we now try adding something, we can see the icon gets a little plus. We can now click the plus symbol and drag it upwards to form a chimney. And in case we do not like what we have done, we can always undo this using Ctrl plus Z. Then, holding down the Shift key, we can redraw that chimney again. Now, if we want to remove some portion from the house, we can do so by holding down the Alt key. Let us now try cutting a small window into the house by holding the Alt key. Just as we have seen earlier, when we added the chimney, we can see that there is a change in the icon here too. But this time it is a minus icon. We can now click and drag out the window area. Now, we might also want to cut in a door, and the process is the same for this too. We need to hold down the Alt key and drag down to cut in the door. We must notice that we do not have to be exactly at the bottom, as the outside area is not selected and hence remains unaffected. We can actually drag to include it, as we are in fact subtracting. Since we are creating a basic mask using these marching ants, that which is inside the selection will be affected and that which is outside will not be affected. We can always preview our mask by pressing the Q key and tapping it again to see the marching ants. Now, let's select a color for our house. We can use the foreground color swatch in order to select a color like dark red. Now click on OK. We can also add a new layer at the bottom of the layers panel in order to keep it flexible. Then select Edit. Then fill, making sure that we fill with the foreground color and then click OK. Now, in order to deselect this, we can just click anywhere outside of the marching ants. It is important to know that if we want to switch over the other icons, we must deselect the selection first, or else Photoshop thinks that we are trying to add it to the selection. Keeping the same reason in mind, we can use the shortcuts and use the regular icons for making selections. We'll now click here in order to deselect. We will now go ahead and draw the moon in. For this, we will have to select the elliptical marquee tool now. We can click and drag on the top left corner to get an oval shape. If we need a circle, then we can hold down the Shift key. Suppose we want to reposition our point of origin. After having held down the left mouse button, we can do so if we hold down the space bar and reposition our mouse to our liking and let go of the space bar. Upon releasing the cursor, we can observe the marching ants again. Let us now try making a crescent moon. There are multiple ways to make a crescent moon. The easiest one is to add a new layer, fill it, and then subtract all the unnecessary filling. Now, we will add a new layer from the Layers panel, and this time use the Swatches panel to add in a light gray color. We can then select Edit and fill with the foreground color. We can then select just the marquee and drag it and hit Delete, or we could choose Edit and then cut out and remove the portion of the circle and be left with the moon we have created. In case we know the exact size of the thing we want to create, like making buttons for screen design, we can actually set a fixed ratio or a fixed size. But for now, we shall leave that topic and move ahead. Now, we shall create a lump in the ground or some grass in the foreground, for which we will use the lasso tool now. We will start our work from the lower left corner of the house. We can simply draw free form around the image now. If we keep dragging our lasso and drag it outside the canvas, Photoshop will actually continue drawing our lasso, making the selection. On the right side, right at the bottom of the house, we can just release the cursor and Photoshop will close our selection for us. We will now move on to the Layers panel and add another layer. At this point, we should probably start naming our layers to avoid confusion. So, we shall name this layer as Grass and the previous two as Moon. We will name the bottom later as House. Now that we have our layers names, we will now select the grass layer and pick a muted green shade from the Swatches panel. Now, this time we shall not use the Edit and Fill technique to fill the foreground color. Instead, we'll press Alt plus Backspace, which does the job. We will now deselect our selection either by clicking outside or selection or by using the Ctrl plus D for the same purpose. We will not take a brief look at the Polygon Lasso tool. This is a slightly different tool, but its basic function is exactly same as that of the normal lasso. The difference is that Photoshop will draw a straight line between each click if we click on different places. We will start off by clicking on the left hand side of the house and click again on the top of the roof. Our next click will be on the right hand side and our last click has to be near the starting point. This makes Photoshop close the selection. We will now add another layer. We will name this new layer as roof. And now pick a brown shade from the swatches panel and fill using the Alt plus backspace key. We will now deselect our selection either by clicking outside or using the Ctrl plus D shortcut. The main advantage of having these elements on their own layers is that at any given time we can switch to the Move tool and reposition them if required. If we want the chimney to be a little smaller, all we have to do is return to the house layer and tap the M key to select the Marquee tool. This time around, we need a rectangular Marquee tool. We will click and drag along the top to select the area and tap Delete in order to remove information from the house layer. Again, we will deselect by clicking outside our selection. As we have seen, the lasso tools are great for free-form shapes and the marquee tools are better for geometric figures. Nevertheless, we can always use a combination of the two in order to achieve more complex shapes.